Hello everybody, Yoshimitsu veteran and character loyalist, Alpha-Solidus here. Bring you some more Tekken 7 Fate of Retribution rank matches, and this time we'll be ranking up to Savior. And to start it off, it's been quite a struggle in the orange ranks. I would say that I've ranked up and deranked quite a few times. I've had re-promotions and, re-D-ranks, re-promotions and re-D-ranks. It's kind of getting frustrating. There's been so many times that I've been just shy of Genbu rank, only to not make it on the promo match. Because I would just say that Yoshimitsu's tactics seem to run out. When it comes down to solid play, some of the attacks that put him in the more advantageous positions seem to stop working most of the time, where the opponents basically just wait him out. Once they get hit with a certain move too many times, they start to wait him out. It's gotten to the point where the only way to win against certain people with him is to simply time the person out, because they play so defensively that the clock runs all the way down to 0 sometimes. And the only way to make a comeback with Yoshimitsu, if you're down on life and they're turtling, is to simply, mess around with this whole back turn healing shenanigans until time runs out. Because that's what I've seen even some high level players do. When they're down on health, they just turtle up and keep on messing around with his whole healing and evasion tactics until the timer runs down and they're just shy of 10 points higher health than the opponent, and then they win. I've had one player that started in Asuka that very day I fought him, and it was a struggle. It's ridiculous how much advantage these other characters have over Yoshimitsu. It's as if you don't require. It's as if it doesn't require as much skill at all to win with other characters. As a little reply to losing some matches, I just said, why don't you do a day 1 Yoshimitsu and get to this specific rank? I got no reply. Anytime I request that a player that I've had a lot of trouble with, or a good player that I've had the deathmatch with, and I couldn't quite make it, I request that they get to the same rank using Yoshimitsu and with roughly the same number of wins. And they just say, well, why don't you just use this character and get the same rank? That's not the point. I'm trying to test to see how difficult it is to actually use the character from someone else's point of view, not just mine. And so I don't think anyone else has ever actually done it as a result of me requesting that they try and get to, let's say, Overlord rank or Genbu rank with the same number of wins that they got with their Paul or some BS character. There was this player that got to Genbu rank in less than 200 wins with Paul. Maybe because he had the whole fighter rank boost where you start off at fighter, but still, that's very few wins to be at Genbu. I'm not saying he's boosting anything. I'm just saying it's that easy to use the character. And he was really difficult to fight. I'm saying I was trying everything I possibly could, and he would just fucking eat away nearly half my life. With some comeback death fist after I beat his ass pretty much the whole match. And then I would just have to struggle to take the rounds after where I got hit with one death fist. The way these Paul players like to play is that they simply like to knock you down and try to wait out a get up kick or some BS so they can death punch you again. But as I was saying before, I kind of requested for him to see if he could make it to Genbu ranking under 200 wins with Yoshimitsu, and his reply was, well, why don't you try making it to Genbu rank with Paul on less than 200 wins? They essentially just dodged the request. Because no, I'm not gonna use Paul. I hate Paul. I don't want to use characters like that. Characters seem way too cheesy. I just don't use them. I remember actually trying to, you know, get into using different characters. Like back in Tekken 6, I had switched to trying to use Armor King and what was it? Armor King and Lee. Lei, not me. Yeah, Lei, not Lee. I had those are my secondaries, Armor King and Lei. And what I discovered was that Armor King has some really retarded damage off some easy shit. It just didn't even feel right playing the character. That there was like no challenge at all using the character. Because I don't know why, but it just seemed too simple to get retarded amounts of damage with characters like that. You know, especially with his giant swing, you know, those giant swing throws feel so unearned. It just didn't feel right using those characters. Lei, on the other hand, I would say that he did take quite a lot of skill to use. He's kind of similar to Yoshimitsu in a way, but he doesn't have nearly as much risk, and his reward is much higher. It's a goddamn shame that they didn't put him in this game. I still wanted to actually continue trying to pick up Lei Wulong. They got rid of one of my favorite characters. That's the only character I would have tried to pick up, because I remember back in Tekken 6 I tried Law Out for a little bit and it didn't feel right. Felt too easy. I was getting away with some dumb shit with Law. But no, I don't want to use that character. Ooh. That was a nasty counter hit. Counter hit to unblockable. Yeah, I messed up the that combo because I thought that it wasn't going to be a counter hit. I was going for the up forward 2 flash combo. But yeah, they really need to do something about Yoshimitsu's risk versus reward. Here I'm gonna go a little back and forth with this guy a bit until the promo. It actually, the way this person, Nishimi's, got his Genbu was because we were going back and forth at Overlord, but what happened was that I would get 2 wins, but then he would get 2 wins back, and then I would get 1 win, he would get 1 win back, and then he would somehow get 1 extra win over me, and then I would take that 1 win back. And then he would take the win back, and then he would get 1 extra win over, you know, the 1 win that I took back, and then it would just gradually shift over until his favor in terms of the points, and then he got Genbu. They're really close matches. It's like I couldn't quite seal out some of the rounds against him. Or I just kind of got tired. I do get tired in this game. I think I played when I'm sleepy, even though I shouldn't. Especially all the fucking backdashing and tight motions that you gotta press. You know, you gotta keep in order. Oh, look at that, a promo. Yeah, this game tires you out if you play it too long. I tend to play this game too long and it ends up being bad for my rank. Honestly, with some of the death matches I go through, it really tires me out. It's just like I try to get back a reasonable amount of points before I leave, but I never can, and then it ends up going and going and going until I de-rank because I'm too tired to really perform at my best. Yeah, all the fucking tight backdashing is really hard on your thumbs. I'm not no fight stick person. I use a regular old pad. I don't get what the allure is for fight sticks. Why use a fight stick when you're already good on pad? You're basically wasting all the time to learn how to play on fight stick. I really never understood the craze with fight sticks. Yeah, granted, they might be better for certain motions, but I just never understood the craze for them. Oh, baited you. Yeah, you see how he blocked that sliding low? That sliding low is how I get in on some people, and in higher levels, like against higher level players, they tend to block that a whole lot more, and it kind of limits him quite a bit. It limits the shit out of Yoshimitsu in terms of trying to get in on people. There we go, denies the promo. He has no type of low where he can chip away at people without telegraphing out everything he's going to do. So that's why certain players turtle him out the way they do. The only person they gotta work hard as fuck for their Genbu is Yoshimitsu. I've looked at the leaderboards, and so far there are only 2 Yoshimitsus in the world playing PS4 that have Genbu ranking above. Only 2. There are plenty of other characters, but only 2 Yoshimitsus in the world that are using PS4 that have Genbu rank. Genbu ranking above, I say. And those 2 players are the only Yoshimitsu players I have come across ever to really challenge my Yoshimitsu in a mirror match. The only ones I've really come across to really do some good work against me in a mirror match. Yoshi versus Yoshi. What? A backwards flash? Oh, it's no good. I'm going into space. And that backward flash was something. Yoshi has to do so much insane shit to, I would say, really unsafe stuff to get plus frames. I hate to start up on his slappy silly, his back four. I mean, not back four, but back one. I really don't like to start up on it. Man, if his startup was like 14 frames or something on the back one, it would be okay, but it's too high. It makes it really risky to try and approach somebody and use back one to get plus frames. I get hop kicked way too much trying to do that against certain people. The players that have a low rank fighting style that love using hop kicks the moment you approach them. It's especially bad in lag, because then there's nothing you could do to really approach them, because if you approach them you'll get hop kicked, and before you press back on the D-pad or whatever stick you use, you'll be hit with the hop kick. So it's like you can't even use a forward step and then block just to make them use the hop kick, and then you can punish it. You can't even do it that way. Oh, nice block right there. I don't know why it is, but it's just so goddamn hard to block lows in Tekken Online. One little thing that I noticed about the way this stupid blocking system works in Tekken is that if you tech roll as soon as you hit the ground and you press, you know, down back while you're still in the tech roll animation, but you switch to normal standing block before you come out of the tech roll animation, the game will register your input as you doing a crouching guard, because you press down back first while you are still in the tech roll animation, and then you'll just get hit. It'll force you into getting hit with whatever mid that they use. Oh shit, another backwards flash. Holy shit. Yeah, it'll force you into getting hit with whatever mids that's coming out, no matter how slow it is, because you press down and back during your tech roll. Even though you switch to normal standing guard before the attack hits you, because you press down and back during the tech roll, the game forces you to get hit by the mid. I didn't know quite what to do after that wall break. There we go with the normal foot sweep. Wins me much more matches than garbage unblockable sweep. But you know, players are starting to get a little scared of his normal foot sweep nowadays. Oh, baited you out. Shame on you. Man, those backward flashes are a little insane. I don't know how they occur. I need to figure out you know, what to do after those in case they do happen, time to time. And Tekken has some fucking wonky shit for a really technical game, I swear. Here we go with the promo. Unblockable sweep doesn't work. There we go with the flash combo. Here we go with the good wall break. That was some nice damage right there. I don't know why, but it seems like most of the time, whoever takes the round gets the first launcher. That's how it is most of the time. Whoever gets the first big combo, you know, start a match usually takes the round, which is bullshit. Because Yoshimitsu doesn't have a lot of things to start off a round with. You know, as soon as the match says fight, he's at a disadvantage at his position in terms of round starter options. You know, I've been trying to use his flashing still, but no, I guess that just doesn't work anymore. I don't know why, but I think the startup frames for the high crush properties just aren't enough to actually use it, you know, right out the gate. So yeah, that's out the window. It's a new move, and it turns out to be shitty because its high crush doesn't come in quick enough. Oh, that was a good ass counter hit, but I couldn't do shit with it. Oh, another flash, and I couldn't even do nothing with the combo because the input was fucked up. And there we go. It takes a promo. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your views. I'll see you next time.